Welcome. In a plant water relation, up to last lecture we have discussed about the physical process are participating in the absorption of water. First one we have discussed about the imbibition and second one about diffusion. The next process is osmosis. What is osmosis? Osmosis is a special type of diffusion in which water molecules are moved from their own higher concentration towards the lower concentration. So we can define the osmosis in other way also. Osmosis is a movement of water molecule from hypotonic solution towards hypertonic solution is called as osmosis. Movement of a solvent, water, through the semi-permeable membrane from a hypotonic solution into a hypertonic solution is called as a osmosis. What we have said, osmosis is a special type of diffusion of a solvent molecule through a semi-permeable membrane. So mind it, here if it is a special type of a diffusion in a hypotonic solution, more amount of water is present compared to the hypertonic solution, because hypotonic solution contains more water and less solute, and hypertonic solution compared to hypotonic contains less water and more solute molecules. So automatically there is a movement of water molecule from hypotonic towards hypertonic by the process of diffusion. But here we are going to say it is a process of osmosis. So what is osmosis? Movement of water molecule through the semi-permeable membrane from a hypertonic solution towards from a hypotonic solution towards hypertonic solution. With the help of a diagram, one can understand about the process of osmosis. See here, these are the solutions. Here, the solution which contains a sugar molecule. Water is a solvent, sugar is a solute. These are the two solutions. In these two solutions, what you can observe? This one is a hypotonic solution and this one is a hypertonic solution. Why? Because in this solution more number of sugar molecules are present, and in this solution less number of sugar molecules are present. Now if these two solutions are get separated from each other through the semi-permeable membrane, what happen? Water molecules here, water molecules start to move from their higher concentration to lower concentration. In osmosis, only water molecules are going to move through the semi-permeable membrane, not the sugar molecule, mind it. So that it is a basic difference in between osmosis and diffusion. Now here in osmosis, water molecules are moved from hypotonic solution towards hypertonic solution. If that thing is happen, now see what happen. The level of water or solution get decreases into the hypotonic compared to hypertonic. Here the water start to move inside the solution which shows a hypertonic nature, and its quantities get increased. You can take a very simple example. If we put the resin molecules or resin into the plain water, pure water, what happens? They start to imbibe, they leads to the osmosis, they get swells up. Because of what? Osmosis. Imbibition आहेच, diffusion आहे water molecules. Instead of that, it also shows what? Osmosis. Due to the osmosis, the resin molecules are get swells up. This is about osmosis. Got it? These two are the semi-permeable membrane. Here the level of both of the solution, it is equal, but this solution it is hypertonic cause it contains a more number of solute compared to the solvent, and here compared to the solvent the number of solute are very less. As per that, this solution becomes hypotonic and this one hypertonic. So movement of water takes place from hypotonic solution towards hypertonic solution through the semi-permeable membrane is called as a osmosis. So that it is anything with the help of a diagram we have a clear cut idea about the process of osmosis. And this next diagram gave us an idea or gave us a difference in between the diffusion and osmosis. What is the difference? In this case you can observe in the process of diffusion, here what happened? See here, both that solute molecule as well as the solvent molecule, they shows the movement towards their appropriate concentration area from the higher concentration to lower concentration. Here this one is a concentrated sugar solution and dilute water solution. These are get separated from each other. In the case of a diffusion, what happens here? The level is remain as it is because on both the side they becomes now isotonic. They becomes now isotonic as the number of a sugar molecule and number of a water molecules are similar in both of those solution and they get transported through the permeable membrane. Now here it is an osmosis. Here both solute and solvent they move in both of the direction because membrane it is permeable membrane, but here the membrane it is selectively permeable, partially permeable. So what happened? Only the water molecule started to move from its own higher concentration to lower concentration. See, the number of sugar molecules are remain as it is and water molecules are move towards the hypertonic solution. So automatically the level of a hypertonic solution it is get increased. Why? Because more number of water molecules are move from their own higher concentration to lower concentration. म्हणजे diffusion. And what we are going to say, what is osmosis? Movement of water molecule from hypotonic solution towards hypertonic solution. So this is about what? The difference in between diffusion and osmosis. Got it? The next. Osmosis in the relation of plant root cells. The cytoplasm of root hair cell contains minerals, sugar and other cell cytoplasmic content. So solution inside the cell is more concentrated. It is hypertonic than the water which is present inside the soil. So outside the cell, soil water, it is hypotonic and inside the cell cytoplasm, the cell sap is hypertonic. So automatically water started to move from the hypotonic solution towards the hypertonic solution. That means from the solvent, that means from the soil towards the cell cytoplasm. Therefore here the statement it is given, solvent from the weaker solution, that means hypotonic, where it is present? It is present inside the soil, enter into the cytoplasm. That means towards the stronger solution of the cell. Through what? Through the semi-permeable membrane. The semi-permeable membrane is present in the form of what? PM. PM stands for plasma membrane. This migration of a solvent, it is called as a osmosis, and in this way it is helpful in the absorption of water from soil towards the cell cytoplasm. Soil water it is hypotonic and cell cytoplasmic water it is solution it is hypertonic. Now there are three different types of solution. With respect to the concentration and osmotic migration, three different kinds of solutions are present as hypotonic solution, hypertonic solution and isotonic solution. Out of that, first one is an hypotonic solution. Weak solution or strong solvent having low osmotic concentration, less concentrated solution. We can say what? It is a less concentrated solution. Hypertonic, strong solution or weak solvent having high osmotic concentration, means more concentrated solution. In hypotonic solution, we can say only one molecule of sugar is present. In a full glass of water, when we add only one molecule of sugar, it is hypotonic. In a full glass of water, when we add 1 spoon sugar or 1,000 molecule of sugar, it becomes hypertonic. Is it so? So this is about hypotonic and hypertonic. Isotonic, as we divide any of the solution, either hypotonic in a two different sites or either hypertonic into two different sites which get separated from the semi-permeable or selectively permeable membrane. It is called as a isotonic. So isotonic having such a concentration of a solution where there is neither gain nor loss of water in an osmotic system. In other words, concentration outside and inside the cell, it is same in a isotonic solution. We are going to prepare the tea, and after that, when we pour that tea into the different cup, solution present in all those cup is of isotonic. The next, osmosis. If a plant cell with a water potential 50 is placed in a solution, what happen? Now it is very simple thing. If this plant cell is kept into the hypertonic solution, then what happen? The water start to move from cell cytoplasm towards the external side, called as a plasmolysis, also called as an exosmosis. When the plant cell is kept into the hypotonic solution, water from external environment start to enter inside the cell. As water get entered into the cell, its turgor pressure is get increases and cell it become turgid. When cell is kept into the isotonic solution, that means concentration of a cell cytoplasm and concentration of surrounding medium, it is same, then it is called as an isotonic. Then water it move in as well as the out in equal number is called as a isotonic. So this is about the osmosis. With the help of this diagram also we can simplify the process of a osmosis. Types of osmosis. Exosmosis. When we place the cells into the hypertonic solution, what happens? The water molecules start to move outside the cell. If water from cell cytoplasm get decreases, cell become flaccid, and the process is called as a exosmosis. If we place the plant cell into the hypotonic solution, water it started to move from hypotonic solution towards the plant cell cytoplasm, which is hypertonic. That means now water it move inside the cell. It result in increasing in the turgidity of a cell, and the cell it becomes more turgid. This is about endosmosis. Then what is turgid pressure? It is a pressure exerted by water or a cell sap on the cell membrane and a cell wall is called as a turgid pressure. When water get entered inside the cell cytoplasm, this water is started to exert the pressure on the cell membrane or a cell wall is called as a turgid pressure. If we observe the diffusion pressure deficit, mind it, we have discussed previously. Diffusion pressure deficit is also called as a suction pressure. this diffusion pressure deficit, it is also called as a water potential. This dPd is 0 in fully turgid cell. We can prove that thing also. Then what is wall pressure? When water get entered inside the cell cytoplasm, it started to exert a pressure on the cell wall. At the same time, this cell wall is going to exert equal but opposite pressure on the cell sap, is called as a wall pressure. This turgor pressure, it should be equal to the wall pressure, or wall pressure, it should be equal to the turgor pressure, but it is operating in a opposite direction. Now here you can take an example. When we put the plant cell into hypotonic solution, this one is in a Petri plate. In this Petri plate we have taken the hypotonic solution. When we place this plant cell into the hypotonic solution, osmotic pressure of this hypotonic solution, it is less, osmotic pressure of the cell cytoplasm, it is higher. So the process of endoosmosis, it is started. Water, it started to move from the hypotonic solution towards the cell cytoplasm. As one molecule of water get move inside the cell cytoplasm, its osmotic pressure get decreases by 1, but turgor pressure get increases by 1. As turgor pressure is get increases, wall pressure, which exerts the equal but opposite pressure to the turgor pressure. So turgor pressure is a pressure exerted by the water present inside the cell cytoplasm on the plant cell wall. And what is the wall pressure? Wall pressure is a pressure exerted by the plant cell wall on the water present into the cell cytoplasm. And as we have discussed, the turgor pressure is equal to the water pressure, but it works opposite to each other. It works opposite to each other. The next, with the help of this example, one can take an account about the diffusion pressure deficit. But prior to that, we should know osmotic pressure. The pressure exerted due to the osmosis is called as osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure is the pressure of solution which is required in opposite direction so as to stop the entry of solvent molecule inside the cell, is called as osmotic pressure. Actually is determined by the number of osmoles per liter of the solution. What is osmoles? These are the number of active particles present in the given solution, is called as osmoles. So the number of osmoles determines the osmotic pressure of the solution. More simply, osmotic pressure of a solution is equivalent to the pressure which must be exerted upon it to prevent flow of solvent across a semi-permeable membrane. Therefore, dPd is equal to, that means diffusion pressure deficit is equal to the osmotic pressure minus turgor pressure. And as now only we have discussed, turgor pressure is equal to wall pressure, but it is opposite to each other. So dPd is equal to osmotic pressure minus wall pressure. As turgor pressure is equal to wall pressure, so we can say dPd is equal to osmotic pressure minus wall pressure. In the placid cell, the turgor pressure is 0. That means dPd is equal to the osmotic pressure. Means cell have thrust, because osmotic pressure of cell, it is mover. So water started to move from outer side towards the cell cytoplasm. And as the water started to enter inside the cell cytoplasm, turgor pressure goes on increasing. As turgor pressure get increases, osmotic pressure is get decreases. As osmotic pressure decreases and turgor pressure increases, wall pressure also get increased. And as the cell started to take a water from the surrounding towards the cell cytoplasm, the dPd, it goes on decreasing because turgor pressure goes on increasing. The thrust of a cell goes on decreasing, and turgor pressure it goes on increasing. Now in a turgid cell, dPd is 0. That means turgor pressure is equal to the osmotic pressure. So here we can discuss about the diffusion pressure deficit of fully turgid cell. In a brief, dPd is equal to osmotic pressure minus turgor pressure. Turgor pressure is equal to the wall pressure. Up to a number of time we have discussed. With simple example, here also we are going to discuss the same thing. dPd is equal to osmotic pressure minus wall pressure. But in fully turgid cell, dPd is equal to osmotic pressure minus turgor pressure. And in the given example, the osmotic pressure is 3 and turgor pressure is also 3. So 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So see here, very simple example is given in front of you people. This one, it is on a cell which contains on a cell cytoplasm. We have placed this cell into the hypotonic solution. The osmotic pressure of a cell is 5. Now see here, the osmotic pressure of cell is 5 and external medium which shows hypotonic in its nature. So water it move by the process of endosmosis towards the cell cytoplasm. As water it moved towards the cell cytoplasm by the process of endosmosis, what happened? Osmotic pressure goes on decreasing and turgor pressure goes on increasing. Very simple thing. When one molecule of water get entered inside the cell cytoplasm, its osmotic pressure get decreased by 1 and turgor pressure get increased by 1. At the same time, wall pressure also get increases by 1, but it is opposite to turgor pressure. Here the example it is taken. Cell cytoplasm shows a 5 osmotic pressure. When one molecule of water get entered into the cell, turgor pressure is 1 and osmotic pressure is 5. Now mind it, when second molecule of water get entered inside the cell, its osmotic pressure get decreased by 1. That means it becomes 4. And at that time turgor pressure is 2. When third molecule of water get entered inside the cell, now cell it becomes fully turgid. To avoid the burst opening of the cell have to stop the entry of further water into the cell cytoplasm. So it started to resist the entry of water inside the cell cytoplasm, stop the entry of water towards the cell cytoplasm, and at that time the osmotic pressure of this fully turgid cell is 3, and as water molecule get entered, its turgor pressure it is also 3. Now cell as it is fully turgid, so diffusion pressure deficit of the cell it is 0. It gave us an idea, osmotic pressure minus turgor pressure. Osmotic pressure is 3, turgor pressure is 3. In a fully turgid cell, dPd is 0. But practically it is observed. What? The cell is still thirsty. Cell can take till more 3 molecules of water inside the cell cytoplasm. But it is not allowed. Why not allowed? Because cell have to maintain its structure. See, do not want to lose its structure or its shape. Mind it. To maintain the shape, to maintain the structure, see how to stop the drinking of further water. And it is happen in the case of a fully turgid cell. So this is about what? dPd of fully turgid cell, it is 0. So dPd is equal to osmotic pressure minus turgor pressure. Turgor pressure is equal to wall pressure. In fully turgid cell, osmotic pressure is 3, turgor pressure is 3 and is equal to 0. Got it? I think you have understand about the diffusion pressure. Then what is osmosis, osmotic pressure and diffusion pressure deficit about the flaccid cell and fully turgid cell. Now you may remember in a previous lecture we have said that dPd is also called as suction pressure. Why suction pressure or why suction force? Because dPd, diffusion pressure deficit, it goes on drinking of water inside the cell. So only it is not happen When we are thirsty, we have a more thirst. This is not so we are going to drink a very high quantity of water at a time. Because our stomach, we want to maintain the structure, we want to maintain the shape. Body want to maintain the shape. So not allowed to take more water at a time. Yes, it's okay, you people are thirsty, your cells are thirsty, but that means this is not so. You are going to drink the more amount of water at a time. It's all for the diffusion pressure deficit and a diffusion. So these are the three different physical processes involved in the absorption of water from the soil towards the plant body in the form of imbibition, diffusion and osmosis. Thank you.